Yo, yo. Good morning, Big Mac Mo. Try to make sure the stream is running correctly. I don't really... Okay. I think we're good. Smitty, what's up, man? This is going to be a short one. It's going to be a short and sweet one. Hopefully, I get everything I gotta say out in enough time that I can say what I gotta say and then go pick up these kids from school. So I hope y'all bear with me. And unfortunately, we won't be getting into a game to play during the stream, but we will be discussing what I might be playing next or streaming next, because I can admit when something's not for me, right? I can admit when something may not be for me, or maybe it's just not the time for me to play something. Because that, if you've seen my Alan Wake 2 stream, y'all can tell your boy wasn't happy. Your boy wasn't enjoying himself. And just a little admission here, your boy was kind of about to fall asleep on stream. So what I would like to do is make sure that if I do a part 2 for chapter 2 of Alan Wake 2, that's a lot of twos, that it's something that y'all actually want to watch and something that I actually want to endure. Because frankly, I would much rather, y'all know I ain't really into the survival horror like that, but I would much rather do the whole scary stuff than do the whole I'm bored to death stuff. Like scare me to death, not bore me to death. That's what I'm here for. But enough rambling. We're gonna talk about that later. This stream, this lunchtime with SloMo, and I hope y'all enjoying your lunch. I really hope you're getting it all in. You're digesting your food. Maybe you had some leftovers from last night. Maybe you went out and spent something for some overpriced fast food or something. But I hope you're enjoying your lunch. And I'm glad that you're able to afford your lunch. Because there's some people out here that's now counting pennies. They're counting dimes, they're counting nickels, they're trying to figure out how it's going to work. Because they're on a permanent lunch break. And they don't know when their lunch break is going to end. Now, about to say something messy. Since this is 2 days after these layoffs happen, I wonder if I'm outside of the statute of limitations to stop the performative I care and to actually care now. Is that okay? It's Wednesday. Is it okay if I'm still talking about this on Wednesday? Does that mean I actually care about what these people are going through, or am I still being performative? I don't know. Is that okay? If I still care 2 days later, does that mean I care? What am I talking about, SloMo? There's a whole little subtopic on this topic. And this subtopic always seems to come up whenever there's layoffs. Now, I always find it fascinating what people tend to get upset about. Now, I have always been, if you follow me, real quick, shout out to Big Man Mo, that guy Smitty, Smokes 901, and Trevor Burr's song in the chat. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm always a proponent of unionizing in gaming. I not all unions are great, but you need some checks and balances, especially when we see some of the tomfoolery that's going on with these studios. What's up, Lady Foxfire? I'm always a proponent of no crunch And every time there is an example of a studio who does an excellent job of work and they don't crunch, I shout it out for the people who keep repeating the lie that you need crunch to make quality games. Some of y'all just enjoy playing Spider-Man 2. That was made with no crunch. Tell Insomniac, thank you. No crunch, made a high quality 90 rated game. Completely, every time Insomniac drops a game, they completely diffuse y'all dumb arguments. Just letting y'all know. Anywho, I am always a proponent of these things, and every time I see layoffs, as someone who has been laid off before, I have been in that position. I know what's up. And I know how you could be an awesome worker doing everything that you're supposed to be doing at work, and then this be something that happened to you completely outside of your ability to actually control what happens. And it's completely garbage. It sucks, right? But I find it hilarious what people tend to make a fuss about. We'll have people in this gaming community who will literally stalk LinkedIn looking for any morsel of information to then create news out of. Hold on now. We'll have people threatening executives on Twitter. We'll have people going through days and days and days of arguing with other people about their opinions about a game, a video game. We'll have people worshiping executives of these companies. We'll have people photoshopping the heads of executives off their bodies and putting them in porn, as well as other people in this community putting them in porn. We'll have people doxing other people in this community. None of you have anything to say about that. I guess that's normal to you. That's normal. You're cool with that. As soon as somebody says, oh, you know, I feel so bad about these people who've been laid off. What? What? How dare you show empathy? That's performative. What are you doing? You're only doing that for likes and retweets. Really? This is where you put your foot down. Curious. This is where you get upset. At this point, you weren't upset at any of the other weirdo stuff that people do in this community, but now you are this. Why? I don't understand. But I mean, like, if I lost my job, nobody would care. Even though in this community, people who have said I've lost my job, literally everyone jumps in. I'm so sorry for what happened to you. What career do you have? What field do you work in? Give me your resume. What is your skill set like? If I know somebody, I will help you out. Matter of fact, if you work in the same job field I work in, I will show you, I will throw in your DM some job stuff your way. This community, the same community that got, sorry to bring it up again, the same community that got swindled and scammed by one dude who copy and pasted the same daggone DM to all of y'all. Hey, I need $20 for food. Y'all was giving this dude thousands of dollars. No, it's ridiculous that anyone shows empathy for people losing their jobs. What's ridiculous is the fact that it's more of you complaining about people who are going out there and talking about, hey, that's terrible what layoffs are, than people actually saying the things that you're complaining about. So who's being performative? So who's blown it out of proportion? Huh? Who is the one that is doing it for likes and retweets when there's a bunch of y'all saying the same ridiculous argument that lacks logic for likes and retweets. Let me just pass over the doxing tweet. Let me just pass over the 10 paragraph tweet breaking down the ABK acquisition. Let me just pass over the other tweet from matter of fact, no, let me retweet and like Red Dragon's tweet. His 15th tweet about Xbox today. Let me scroll past all this. Oh no, someone just said I don't like layoffs. Be for real. Just be for real for a moment. Like, like none of that makes any sense. I'm just saying. And I'm cool with all you guys. So don't take it personally. But y'all sound silly with that nonsense. Just saying. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. Pixel says, "My God, gamers are awful." Right. Aramis, I got laid off before and it sucks. Absolutely sucks, man. I got laid off, right? When I didn't work in IT back then. I used to work in rent a car when I got laid off. And, you know, I got a family. I had a house, wife, kids that I'm worried about. Stressful, man. Really stressful. Trying to figure out how to make things work. And I made the really, took the huge risk in deciding to not just get another job, but I'm like, at that point, I was like, I want to get, I was already studying and being interested in IT. I took that opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to get into a better career to make myself more bulletproof. So that because I was seeing, like, literally at the moment I got laid off, the same day I had offers to be a manager for other rent-a-car companies. And I talked to somebody that was still in my company that was like, hey, SloMo, keep your head up, bro. I already talked to my old company and other people. They're going to put you in this position. They're going to take care of you. And I was like, yo, how often does this keep happening, man? And he's like, all right, man, look, you take the L for some sales, issues, mishaps. They lay you off. They lay off a bunch of people just because they screwed up on their financials. When your CEO makes broad proclamations of where their profit margins are going to be, they get rid of you so that he doesn't look like a liar. No big deal, bro. This guy said, I've worked for every rent-a-car company in this area at least twice by now. And I'm just like, I ain't really trying to do that. And this is why when I made the tweet I made when it first came out, I said, especially considering we have seen 6,000 people lose their jobs this year due to layoffs in the gaming industry, which are two different things. Like, don't get it twisted. The people who are saying, oh, this is not a great year of gaming, like, hey, two different things can be true at the same time. This has been one of the best years of gaming that I can remember in a very, very long time. Like, this is up there a decade from now, when we're talking about some of the best years of gaming. This will be up there with like 2007 and 2000, like a whole bunch of other years that everyone loves. This one will be right up there. Don't get that twisted. But the great quality of games that we're getting is separate from the labor issue, which is absolutely awful. They are two separate things. And where they will coincide is that eventually, probably, years from now, the massive loss of talent on these studios and the replacing of that talent with cheaper, newer developers who are not as good and have not developed their skill set well enough will absolutely affect this industry in a way where we will see additional delays on games. And then we will also see those delayed games not be as good as we thought they would be. It's just the way it is. But that doesn't change the fact that this year has been an awesome year. Enrique, you are a liar. You are a lying liar. Enrique has been trolling me on Terry McLaurin getting traded. Because I said, if the Commanders trade Terry McLaurin after trading Chase Young and Montez Sweat yesterday, I'm no longer a Commanders fan. I'm done. And I'm not even joking. I'm done with them. Enrique keeps trolling me because they can't be this stupid. They can't. What's up, Enrique? Now, the reason why I'm saying all that, and I'm saying all of this stuff, is that Bungie has laid off like 100 employees. So here I am, like now, how many minutes in? I'm 15 minutes in. I'm finally gotten to the freaking point. Bungie laid off 15 employees. 100 employees. Let's see here. Let me make sure I got all the comments out. Pixel says the line is drawn at humanity. Facts. Ramon, Terrell. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That take pissed me off. It is what it is, bro. Literally criticizing people for taking a moment to express empathy is a horrible. Yeah, that's a horrible take. Big Man Mo. So it's a problem to carry now. Apparently, we all have to be emotionless, early 20-something aged edgelords. Like, apparently being, over 30 years old and still having that edgelord mentality is where it's supposed to be. I don't know. I guess people ain't growing up, man. Pixel says, I lost my business a few years back, 6 months of hell, could not do nothing but take a step backwards, rough times, and that's the 20 years of experience. So I feel for these folks, they're having a good time. Right, and so this is why I also said that I hope these people look outside of the gaming industry to find work, because these are very talented people, and a lot of them are, have IT skill sets. And even though the tech field is taking a hit as well, you probably will find a better opportunity to get a new job when you broaden the field of where you're willing to work than you just stick strictly to the gaming side of things. Especially when if you're a veteran developer and there's so many people out there who also have very competitive resumes like you do. And then you got companies who are trying to hire people for senior level roles, but they're offering money that would be more on the side of a very new developer. I've seen that. I've talked to developers who said, yeah, I was in line to get a senior role at the AAA developer. They offered me, and when they told me how much they got offered, I was like, I was making that in 2014. What? Yeah. And they didn't want to pay for relocation. What? They didn't want to pay for anything. No. This is what's going on. So instead of sure, you may prefer to stay in the video game industry, but think about your family. Think about all the things that you have to handle. What your preference is not what your needs are. So if your needs are, you need to go get a job that is in the field of what you do, but it's not, the company isn't in the gaming industry. Yo, be an adult and do what you gotta do. Let the dream of shipping games, put that on hold for a little bit. Wait till the industry to get stabilized, then maybe jump back into that. Do the smart thing, if you have to. But this is all coming down because, and according to the reports we've seen from like IGN, Paul Tassi, Jason Schreier, Sony gave a mandate to Bungie to make some cuts. Unfortunately, Bungie was reportedly 45% off of what their target revenue goals were. 45 freaking percent. You know how hard it is to be 45 freaking percent off your revenue goals? Now, SloMo ain't gonna say I told you so. Psych! SloMo gonna tell you I told you so. I told y'all this was Bungie. I told y'all Bungie was running into this brick wall. Bungie absolutely could not rely on their community to keep with this battered wife syndrome forever. They actually had one of the developers go to the GDC, the Game Developers Conference, and do a whole presentation on how to do live service games. This is literally right before Sony acquired them. Maybe Jim Ryan was sitting in the audience with his mouth slack-jawed wide open, like, oh my gosh, this is gold. We gotta get these guys. But it wasn't gold. It was fool's gold. It was stupidity. They were out there talking like, hey, look, don't give your community everything they want. String them along. Tell them you're listening, but don't do anything they want you to do. I'm not even exaggerating. This is the stuff that they were telling people. Me and Forte did an entire DPS episode, that maybe the entire thing, maybe not the entire thing, but partially a half of the episode talking about this, how that was ridiculous. Even before the acquisition happened. And when the acquisition happened, we was like, bro, these ain't the dudes. These ain't the dudes to teach your other developers how to make live service games, because the reason why their live service game is so successful isn't because of the things that they learned and the things that they know how to do about live service games. They make the same mistakes as everybody else. They literally make the same exact mistakes that everyone else makes. The difference is that other developers didn't have a built-in player base before they even started their live service game. A built-in player base that just doesn't leave. Or when they do leave, they always come back for that expansion. Other developers for live service games make the same mistakes Bungie makes, and their community goes. And now Bungie is seeing how the other side lives. Because this year, 2023 was the worst year. They could have walked out here with trash Lightfall, a trash expansion, still not giving people what they want. And they gave their community the opportunity to sit back and see what the rest of the gaming world is doing, because Destiny's a second job. When you're invested in, you don't have time to play other games. And when finally their community started to start playing other games, oh, so this is what the gaming community's like. They're catching up on their backlogs. They're playing games that came out in 2020. They're like, hey, I got Destiny, former Destiny crackheads coming to me. SloMo, yo, SloMo, did you play Red Dead 2? What? What you mean? Yeah, did you play Red Dead 2? Yeah, I played that back in like 2018. It's an awesome game. That game's amazing. Dude, are you okay? That game came out 5 years ago. I know. It's awesome. And it's just like, where you been? Oh yeah, you was playing Destiny. These people are finding other live service games to enjoy. They're finding Valorant, Apex Legends, The First Descendant, Warframe. They're finding other live service games to get their fix. Live service games that's giving them what they want, and they ain't getting it from Destiny. That's why your pre-orders for the final shape is so low. In addition to the fact that they haven't announced any other expansions they're doing after that. You look at the timetable of things, they got 3 seasonal content drops after the final shape. And the way it's all looking like, that's all you're gonna get. You want anything else new from us? Here's a marathon. Please play it. Now, Destiny 2, we ain't gonna shut, access off. You'll still be able to log in the same way you're still able to log in Destiny 1. But it's a wrap. We're wrapping that up. Now, reportedly, Bungie developers were well aware of how like record lows the Destiny community was at. And reportedly, Destiny developers were all in on trying to find methods to find a way to fix the issue with Destiny. But Destiny leadership, nah, fam, we good. We're good with that. You shut up and you keep doing what you're doing. Until Sony said, yeah, hey, look, you ain't nowhere near what these revenue goals were. And I'm, in retrospect, I'm looking at how much I spent on you. And in retrospect, I'm looking at what you have done with the rest of the studios. Maybe great players aren't great coaches. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking out loud. So yeah, need you to lay off like 10% of your staff. You figure that out. And then Bungie said, oh, but damn, all right, well, 10% of my staff. But I am kind of dealing with some diversity and inclusion issues. Maybe I'll hit up those teams. I am kind of dealing with some people who are about to get payouts on their unvested shares. Hey, maybe I can save some money. Because that money ain't going back to Sony. That money goes back to us. So yeah, all right, cool, yeah, 100 people. Want me to get rid of 100 people? Bet. And they got rid of 100 people. They knew they had to do, 2 weeks ago, they had an all hands meeting, told everybody, hey, look, things looking rough. Revenue ain't looking good. We need to buckle down, get it together. Meanwhile, they like, yo, who we getting rid of? Who you trying to keep? Don't tell the team leads. We don't need them to know. Okay. They got rid of, let me, and I hope people don't think my tone here is making light of it. I'm really kind of annoyed and disgusted with Bungie leadership by how they went about this. They didn't even do exit interviews with a lot of these people. They just, very, without any sympathy whatsoever, got rid of people a day before some of their benefits would end. Now, initially it was kind of reported as if all their benefits would end one day after they got laid off. It was really just stuff like reimbursement kind of stuff. They still have 3 months of medical severance. They still have some benefits, some severance benefits there, which is good. That's good. It's going to take care of them while they try to get back on their feet. But the invested shares they had, they're going to only get percentages of those shares. They're not going to get the full share. And invested shares means that when the company sold itself to Sony and Sony paid, I believe, $1.3 billion for employee retention to keep employees, to keep the talent there for a certain period of time. That this isn't uncommon. This stuff kind of always happens, right? It always happens. And what typically does happen at the end of that is that employees get their money, they get a nice little payout, and then they have a choice. I could stay at Bungie where I'm at, or I could leave. A lot of people choose to leave. They may retire, depending on how big the payout. They may retire. Or they may decide to go start their own business, their own development studio, making a game that they want to make, an idea they've had all this time. And I'm speculating here, but maybe Bungie was looking at that and was like, well, shoot, we're going to lose these people anyway. So why pay them to leave? Why pay them more money only to lose them regardless? Go ahead and lay them off. Save ourselves some cash. Save ourselves a little something. You know, this is why you can't have loyalty to any corporation, because these corporations don't have any loyalty to you. Zero loyalty whatsoever. I know a guy, I'm gonna go back to the rent-a-car company I used to work for. Big billion-dollar corporation rent-a-car company, okay? Fortune 500, whatever you want to call them, right? This guy had been there for 14 years. If he would have hit 15 years, his pension would have went up like 20%. For the rest of his life, the pension he would have got from this company would have went up 20% for the rest of his life. He had 2 months to go. I remember talking to him. He couldn't wait for those 2 months because he was going to put in his resignation and retire for the rest of his life. He had it all planned out. 1 month later, they laid him off. And everyone knew why they laid him off. Great worker, had no issues with him. Never been written up. One time in 14 years, never been written up, never even looked at going to a different competing rival company. Laid him off 1 month before his 15th anniversary. Why? So they didn't have to pay him 20% extra for the rest of his life. That's why. Loyalty, zero. They don't care about you. You should not be caring about them. F them. That's the way your mentality should be. It's about you. You need to be selfish in those situations. If you are not being paid at your current company what you're worth, polish up that resume. Look out there for who may treat you better. And when I say treat you better, I'm not talking about giving you small perks, giving you a gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings every now and then, giving you catered food once a week. Bump all that nonsense. What are you doing for my benefits? Can I work from home if I want to? What are you paying me? Let's keep it a buck. These are the things that are important. And if you're not getting just compensation, you find just compensation somewhere else. And this isn't, and Ice Cream Game says, do you blame Sony or Bungie for all this crap? I blame 20% Bungie, 20% Sony, 80% Bungie. Because Sony is doing this all across the board for all their studios. How they went about this is all Bungie. And it's indicative of the kind of toxic piece of garbage company that Bungie is. They suck. They're trash. It's trash human beings that run Bungie. They fired their diversity chief for doing her job, calling out racial discrimination. Fired her. She's suing them right now. They have these little initiative groups. Women in Bungie, blacks in Bungie. Where do you think Latinx came from? That Latinx tweet came from? Absolute nonsense. They got some dickhead losers up at running Bungie. And all the people that are being laid off right now, I also mostly blame Bungie for this because it could have been avoided if they were actually listening to the developers that said, hey, things are bad. We want to fix these things. And Bungie was like, shut up, get back to work. And then finally, when the chickens come home to roost, who's not giving up their salary or their bonuses? It ain't leadership. It's not the board. It's not Pete Parsons. It's Michael Salvatore, who legendary Mike Salvatore, who has been influential in all the music that Bungie has ever done, going all the way back to Halo. It's employees who have been there for 20 years and created like the logo for Halo. It's everybody else that takes the L for their bad mistakes. They're garbage, bro. They're a garbage studio. And don't be surprised if they're singing the same song and dance they normally do 3 years from now, complaining about how things are. Woe is us. We want our freedom, even though these are things they got in the freedom from Sony. They got that already. Don't be surprised that they're still saying all that stuff by like 2026 and they trying to be free again so they can find another sucker like Sony to take them on and do the whole song and dance all over again. It was first Microsoft, then it was Activision, now it's Sony. Who else is their new sugar daddy? Bungie is always complaining, but who's the common denominator here? Them trash losers are the common denominator. Yeah, don't go back to Destiny. Don't play that I've been saying that for years. I know I've been saying that for years. And then I've been labeled a Destiny hater. And if you want to believe that, that's fine. But I don't like trash studios. I don't like trash people. And I don't like people getting treated like garbage for a game that, in my opinion, is overrated. So it is what it is. Don't play that game. Pete Parsons said we kept the right people. That's what he said. After laying off 100 people, we kept the right people to keep Destiny going. No, you didn't. Because you're still here, Pete. That's why you didn't keep the right people. Dickhead. Don't go back to Destiny. Don't play that garbage game. Not garbage because the game's garbage. It's garbage because it's made by a garbage studio. Moving on. Let me make sure I got everything out that I wanted to say. Is there anything else I wanted to get into? No, not really. Not about that. There's nothing else that I want to say about that. All right, bet. Alan Wake 2, man. All right, look. Wasn't having fun, man. I wasn't having fun with Alan Wake 2. I know there's a lot of y'all that love Alan Wake 2. You guys are like scaring the crap out of me. I issued myself. I had to change my underwear. I had to change my boxes 3 times. It's great. It's the greatest game ever. Game of the year. It's doing stuff I've never seen before. The video game. It's epic. It's amazing. Remedy's awesome. Remedy did this game. This game is one of the best looking games in the world. It's not better looking than Cyberpunk. But this game's the best looking game in the world. No game looks better than this game. And they did it with $50. Literally $50. They paid their employees on average $30K less than everyone else does. They're amazing. I love them. I don't know how that's a flex, but that's what I heard. Remedy is so epic. Northlight engine. The Northlight engine gave me an orgasm last night while I was sleeping. It's awesome. It's better than Unreal Engine 5. It's just amazing. All right, man. See, I think y'all love Alan Wake 2, apparently. Y'all must really love this game. God dang. Now I played it. Some of y'all saw the screen. It was alright. Actually, no, it wasn't. I was bored. I was so freaking bored, man. I want to tell the moment I almost fell asleep. I almost fell asleep on you guys. I was in her little mind room where she like does her investigative thing. And I was like trying to figure out where the pictures are supposed to go up on the wall. I actually dozed off for 5 seconds. You guys didn't even notice. I dozed off for 5 seconds. Chapter 1. Good God. I was just like, I almost want my power to go out. Just go out to give me a reason to end the stream. End it for me. So I can say, hey, the power went out. My bad. I can't complete it. What do you want me to do? Unfortunately, my trash power company didn't want to be trashed at that moment. In an hour and a half. See this little stuff that's going on with the guy busting through the wall with the little antler head thing. You know, that's what I thought I was going to be playing, man. Scared the crap out of me. That was Dead Space. You know, like I wasn't scared. But I'm saying, like, I wanted to pretend like the jump scares got me. You know, it's all for entertainment purposes, right? I got nothing, man. I got a fat dude with his little tiny pee-pee hanging out. Oh, the whole time. They didn't even cover this dude up in the morgue. I was like, geez, man, I ain't gotta see all that, bro. Keep covering him up, man. The game starts with his little man butt hanging out. I'm like, why am I him? What is happening here? An hour and a half, and I shot my gun 2 times at one enemy. 2 times, one enemy. I almost died because I forgot what it was like to actually aim and shoot a gun. Forte, what you doing, man? Forte popping in.
What are you complaining about now, sir?
Are you not listening?
I listen. I came in. I was playing Battlefield. I came in. I started letting SloMo streaming, and then he complained about Alan Wake and fat guys with weeders and what's wrong, bro? Did
you watch my stream? Matter of fact, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. I want you to watch my stream. If you
your stream
tonight,
is 40
hold
minutes
on.
long.
No, it's longer than that. It's like an hour and a half long. It's gotta be.
No, I'm looking at the stream. It says you've been live for 43 minutes.
Oh, not that stream. I'm talking about the Alan Wake stream.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, okay. I thought this is. You talking about the last?
Because I'm discussing whether I'm gonna go back to it.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what is he complaining?
And I'm complaining about how freaking bored I was.
Oh my God! Stop it, dude!
No,
listen,
stop what?
Are you a gamer or are you not a gamer? Are you a gamer or not a gamer?
What you literally asking me this question? I beat 28 games this year. I beat 28 games this year. I beat more games this year than you've beaten in the past 5 years, Forte.
That got nothing to do with this conversation. So
yes, it do. You asking me? You asking me? I am not. No, I'm not scared. I literally said I wish I was scared. I would have taken being scared in that game over being bored. Please jump out, scare me half to death, get my heart rate up. I would have stayed awake.
Parts where you will be scared. You know, some games start slower than others.
When is
How many
that?
hours you put in on the game?
Like an hour and 45 minutes.
It's SloMo. Don't nothing happen to the Resident Evil.
Don't say. Okay, their last game, Control, doesn't start off this slow. You walk up into the building, then you see a janitor. He says some weird vague crap. Then you walk into this big room and the CEO shoots himself. Then you pick up his gun. You get a weird scene. All this happens in 15 minutes. And then you start getting attacked.
Okay.
Quantum Break, exciting sci-fi stuff happening, blah, 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 time travel, blah, 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 blah. People start shooting at you. That's like 15 minutes. An hour and a half in. Wait, an hour and a half in, I'm doing an investigation going back and forth. We went to my little mind vault thing. And I'm walking around the woods for 45 minutes, and then I'm walking around this small little town. It all looks amazing. Yeah, Northlight Engine is awesome. And then I go do an autopsy, and the body jumps up, starts snapping people's necks, and I shoot it 2 times. Chapter 1 over. Bro,
it's like a
there is more action. There is more action in a Telltale game. And I'm not even joking. It is more action in Telltale's The Expanse, a walking simulator. There was more action in Telltale's Expanse and more storytelling in the first episode of Telltale's Expanse than in Alan Wake.
Spoiler alert.
Well, you know what, Erodimus, please let me know exactly what you didn't see. Didn't you watch my stream? Hello? I mean, you must have fell asleep. You must have fell asleep.
Watch my stream. Hello?
You must have fell asleep during the stream, and that's why you're saying spoiler alert. I ain't telling you nothing that I didn't already experience while playing the game for an hour and 45 minutes. You know what? I made the decision. I was streaming. I'm doing chapter 2. I would do chapter 2. Maybe
yes, I want to see you do chapter 2
tonight, or maybe I'll do it on Friday or something. I'm gonna do chapter 2. And I'm going to show y'all how I probably won't shoot no one else.
Erodimus just said he didn't watch your stream.
Okay, well, look, you ain't missing much, bro. I walked around the woods. I picked up little kid lunch boxes. I did an examination of a dead fat guy. Then I went to do an autopsy.
Rappy said the game starts off slow.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You played Starfield, right? Didn't you beat Starfield?
Yes.
Didn't
far
Starfield
more action than that.
For you
I'm getting shot at by mercenaries 5 minutes in.
SloMo, that's like literally one thing that happens like at the very beginning of the game. You make it seem like
that's
this
more
game,
bullets flying. That's more bullets flying than Alan Wake.
You beat Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the most boring games ever.
And you know how Horizon Zero Dawn starts out? Way more exciting than this. I am not joking when I said a Telltale game had more action than that first chapter.
Oh my God.
Why is it that Remedy marketed this game showing you all the action? You want to talk about spoilers? Saga fighting this dude at the general store in the woods? That probably is like 25% of the entire action, the entire game. They spoiling their game.
Well, that's how that stuff goes. Some of the best scenes in the video game they show you in the trailer.
No, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Brad said you knew what you was getting into. He said the reviewer even said it starts off slow, but it picks up later.
Okay, and that's why I said. That's why I said no. I don't read reviews. I don't care about their opinions.
You read all those reviews.
I don't care about their opinions.
I ain't say you care about
why
their
now
opinions.
we gotta care. You don't read reviews, and then whenever reviews don't say what we want them to say, why are you reading reviews?
Yo,
why
Trevor
are you taking
Bird
their
song.
opinions?
Yo, Trevor Bird song. I'm sorry. The game is boring though. Let's be for real. I mean, guess what though? It would be a lot better if you were the voice actors.
I would rather play Horizon Forbidden West. I would rather play Horizon Forbidden West than Alan Wake 2 as of right now. I think when it comes to what will make me go to sleep quicker, it absolutely 1000% would be Alan Wake 2. But it's cool. But it's cool. Friday. He got the symbiote suit on right now. Look, Friday, I will do another stream. Chapter 2. I'm gonna title it Alan Wake 2 stream. Chapter 2. Here we go again. That's gonna be the here we go again. It's good. And I challenge the chat to come through and try to stay awake. That's the challenge.
Well, I just came in here to say hi to you and the wonderful people in the chat. I'm about to go pick my kid up from school, and take them to get their haircut. Then I'll be back, and then we can play some games if you want to. If you're not too scared, because
scared
gaming and scared is two things you don't like together.
That don't even make any sense for us. Say stop it.
I know it doesn't.
It don't make no sense.
Hey, listen.
I'm about to leave actually myself because it's 2:42 and in a couple of minutes I need to go leave and go pick up my kids.
We're not stopping. We're not stopping on Horizon. Horizon is a masterpiece of technological.
It's beautiful
visual quality.
It's Decima Engine is one of the best engines in the gaming industry, and it is on. It is showing off and showing out in Horizon Forbidden West. That said, it is boring. Enrique wants to jump in. Enrique, we got jump into the waiting room. I don't have a lot of time, but you can go ahead, jump in the waiting room, and I'll pull you in.
I'm leaving out of here in 4 minutes. But
Enrique will come in and tell me some more lies about the Commanders.
Oh man, boring. Big Man Mo says boring masterpiece. Listen, man, that's what that game. Listen, that game is like, like it's like that girl that you met at the club, and then you can only go off her looks and stuff, and she got like an apple booty and Coca-Cola body, and you look like she like the greatest thing ever, and then you get her home, and everything that comes out of her mouth smells and tastes like shit. That's what fucking Horizon is. It's the girl with no clue, the big booty girl with no clue and curves. That's what she is. Oh, nice to look at.
T. Harris says he calls Aloy boring like he is the opposite. Ooh,
good.
That's
God.
Is that an insult, T. Harris? Are you insulting me, T. Harris? Are you calling me boring, T. Harris?
Hey, well, T. Harris said you're in the minority. Well, listen, man, we are. You know what? He is right though. We are in the minority. It is a lot of people that love that game.
A lot of people love that game. You want to know how? Hold on, wait. You know how many people actually talk?
Wait, hold on, Enrique.
Enrique, where are you, Enrique? Yeah.
I'm in my car.
Okay.
Destiny Stand. Hold on, man. Destiny Stand. Listen, for real. I have cleansed myself. I have come to see the light. It took 9.5 years to do it, but guess what? Bungie is a bunch of traitors out here when it comes to their people and their overall fan base, selling us a bill of goods and got people out here doing all this crazy stuff. So yeah, I was a Destiny stan. I was proud of it. And guess what? I ain't no stan no more. So you can keep that, but you gonna keep defending Horizon Forbidden boring. And you ain't gonna never change that.
He is a reformed crackhead. He is in therapy and whatever them things.
No, man, I've been out of therapy. I was in therapy longer than John Morant was. That man got in and got out quick.
Wow.
C-Fresh just changed my thumbs up to a thumbs down for the Horizon slander. Let me tell you something, C-Fresh. if you want to go somewhere where people just going to say whatever you want them to say, just for likes and views, you better go to some of these other channels, brother, okay? Because some of these other channels where they'll tell you anything. They will say whatever you want to say. Hey, PlayStation is awful. Yeah, pony. Like my video. Give me super chats. Hey, Xbox suck. Xbox are garbage. Blah, 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 blah. Give me likes super chats. No, they all suck. All of them are equally garbage. They equally trash. They all equally are lonely bastards in their basements who have never touched a woman before, and they all if they could suck their own dick, they would, because no one else will touch it. That's all of them. SloMo. That's all of them equally.
Man, you don't have to say they suck their D in the basement though, man.
Hey, it's true. Don't ask me how I know. I just know it. All right?
I was gonna ask you, how do you know?
All right, I really don't know that. I really don't, but it sounded good when I said it. Hey, Enrique, what's up, man? I got 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes.
I know, man. I just wanted to come driving. SloMo, man, are you okay, man? You are extra feisty today, man.
this has been
Extra spicy.
it's been cooking for a minute, man. It's been in the crock pot marinating since Monday.
Is it the Commander stuff yesterday, or was that the tipping point?
Oh man, the Commander stuff was just some extra spices and berries in there, man. Like you know that kind of, like, I ain't really trying to think about it right now. It really just pissing me off. But no, just like I see so many like and I'm just keeping it real. This is me just keeping it real for a moment. I'm gonna keep it real the whole time, but let me just be a little bit calmer real quick. Some of the stuff people say in this community, like, it lets you know that they don't really have a lot of social interactions outside of this community, because they say things and they base it upon what this community does, that this community is normal. This gaming community is not normal. And I'm not trying to be funny right now. I'm just telling you straight up, the people in this community, a lot of them have big followings and say and do a lot of weird stuff, are weirdos. I look at their follower accounts on I look at their I look at their follower accounts and I'm like, why does 7,000 people follow this weirdo? Like, why? I mean, I understand if you want to follow a spectacle, like, we all slow down when we go past a car accident, but why are you following people who literally show their mental illness on a daily basis? And then you base, when people do normal stuff like show empathy about, hey, you know, I'm sorry these people lost their jobs, and you act like that's weird.
Well,
it's like we're in the Twilight Zone or something.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I mean, but look,
who's acting like that's weird though?
Oh, a lot. See, you don't get on Twitter very often, Forte. A lot of people on Twitter are like, "Oh, you guys are weird for being so positive," or "You guys are weird for trying to pretend like you care about people losing their jobs." And I'm just like, what? Like, it's a normal thing for somebody to say that's an awful thing that happened to these people. Hold on, I wish them well, and then to go on about their day. That's normal. That's what normal people do. What normal people don't do is obsess over things for 3 or 4 days after they find out about it, and that's what people in this community do. But there will be literally people like, oh, this is what's normal. Obsessing over executives and video game companies, and then doing a normal thing like, I'm sorry that happened to you. You're weird. How dare you say that? Why is everyone saying that? Why are you complaining about it? Weird behavior.
Well, yeah, people be on that weirdo stuff. I do think that it is more of a. I understand what people are saying, but it's like they're almost forgetting the human element of it. It's like, dude, you're being nice and you're being courteous. It's just like if something physically, like something happens to you emotionally in your life, even when you're at home, you're like your co.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they got him.
They got him. Actually, that is my stream saying, SloMo, get up out of here, get your kids. So,
but hey, real quick, SloMo, I don't disagree with you, man. I think it's unfortunate. Like, I saw people saying, like, "Why you guys are being fake?" You know, like someone said, like, "Oh, that's fake concern that you care about these people losing their jobs." I'm like, what? Like, what? Someone posting that they were thankful they still have their job and their YouTube platform. Like, okay, that's a little tone deaf. You know, like, like don't, like, I don't understand. Like, and part of it is, unfortunately, I think we're dealing with adolescents and we're dealing with adults who behave like adolescents.
Thank you. And I think the latter is the more prevalent part. Grown men acting like young edgelords, and it's just like, yo. Like it's okay to say that you cried when you watched a walk to remember. It's okay. You're an adult. It's all right. You don't need the front for us. It's okay to say you have emotions. It's okay. We're fine. Like, it's all right. It's okay to be a normal human being. You don't need a front for people on the internet and social media. This is not, none of these people are important like that, man. So,
but for some people they are, man. That's the weird part, you know. Like, this is. Some people go to social media for self-validation, and that is so weird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They live off that. That's their fuel to keep them living, is that self-validation they get off of social media.
Yeah,
But
it's it's a byproduct of low self-esteem. These people are probably low performers in life, and social media is where they feel good about themselves. That's sad. Like if you have to go to social media to feel good about yourself, you got a problem.
Yeah. You need to disconnect, look in the mirror, maybe hit the gym, maybe like
the basement. You know what SloMo said that you do earlier?
Yeah, man. You can't look unless you remove a rib or two. It ain't supposed to work for you. So just stop trying. All right, I gotta go. That's the last one. I gotta go. Shout out to everybody that came through. I appreciate you guys. Sorry, I'm not able to do a game today. I literally have to get going. Work kind of had me set up so I couldn't go live until about 2, that's my bad. Next time I do lunchtime with SloMo, be definitely going to play a game. I promise. Shout out to everybody that came through. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. And that's not weird that I said that. Okay. It's okay. I care about you guys. I do.
No,
it's
you
not
guys
weird.
have a great day. You know what, though? I do want to say something. Trevor Birdsong, Mr. Ramon Terrell. I need you to hit me up on Discord one of these days, because I have to save you from some bad lessons you were being told.
Oh, no, ain't no bad lessons. He's fine. He's doing okay.
We out.
Peace.